Sure, sure. The biggest difference to me in my therapeutic work, when I compare how I was when I was first starting out, uh, I was seeing my first clients towards the end of 2005, early 2006. And back then, I thought I had to know the right stories to tell. Maybe I could, borrow some stories from Milton Erickson, and those would be good stories to tell people because Milton Erickson told them. There was very much a sense of what's the right thing, the right unconscious metaphor to tell. And I think it's very easy when you're starting out to assume that there's a mighty tome, a mighty book of authoritative metaphors that will really get to the heart of an issue and speak to the client's unconscious mind. What I've found since then, over time, is it's so much better to to trust in your unconscious mind. I know some people, the unconscious mind itself is a figure of speech. That's just a way of talking. But I think some people listening to this will know what I mean when I say trust in your unconscious mind. What I mean is trust in your own unconscious creativity, trust in your own spontaneity, and to not need the world's fanciest, most convoluted, nested metaphor within a metaphor within a metaphor that the client will have amnesia for, but their unconscious mind will digest the blah 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 blah. No, no, no. No, no, no. That's not. That's nice, and it's a nice. There might be a place for that sort of thing sometimes. I don't mean to poo-poo all of that. There are some beautifully intricate structures that people have used for storytelling, and that there can be great training exercises. But much more fundamental, so much more fundamental, is to be able to listen to someone talking and really take in what they're saying, and to just notice what it reminds you of, and to offer a perspective through a little anecdote, through something, oh, that reminds me of this. Could be another client, could be something from your own life, could be something from the media, from history, an illustrative example of some kind. And even if it doesn't have the world's most powerful hypnotic suggestion embedded within it, even just sharing related themes that can be seen in other people's lives, in other examples from the world, from the natural world, from scientific studies, even that starts to broaden the session out, so the spotlight isn't always on the client. Suddenly you're broadening out perspectives and other ideas become possible. There's suddenly other references, how the client relates to Arnold Schwarzenegger in this particular 1980s action film, or how the client relates to how a tree grows and how a tree weathers storms. Suddenly you're broadening things out. And when you broaden things out, what had been rigid and fixed, so that there's suddenly new possibilities that emerge through the conversation, that might emerge through any closed eye work that you do. But that broadening out, it comes through tuning in to, oh, what does that remind me of? What's that like? And sometimes you might ask the client that as well, of course. But I'd very much say that skill set of spontaneously allowing reminders, associations, metaphors, anecdotes to emerge conversationally. It's a very, very valuable skill, and what we'll be learning and exploring in the storyteller within very much supports that process of trusting in yourself as a storyteller.